Howdy do, folks! Recently, for some reason or another, I decided to have a look through the random collection of Facebook photos that I've been tagged in by other people, most of which I don't have saved to my computer. I won't lie, most of them are either silly joke-related things or challenge tags, but among them all, I managed to find some absolute gems from the past that I'd totally forgotten about. And suddenly, an idea hit me. Let's share embarrassing photos with the internet! I was already 22 when I started YouTube, so you guys haven't seen so much as a glimpse of my cringy childhood. Until now. Why not remedy that with a magical mystery tour through my horrifically unphotogenic youth? I think I'm already enough of a fool on the internet. I really don't think this is going to make my reputation any worse than it already is. So it's time to lose what little dignity I have left and check out Teenage Shirley. Okay, so I'm starting in 2005 when I was 15, and you guys are well acquainted with my distinct lack of hair, right? Well, this photo proves that it hasn't always been that way. Oh god, I don't want to show it, it's the worst picture ever! Okay, no, come on, man up, Shirley. The internet needs to laugh. Oh god. Okay, yes, I know there's no makeup. I know there's at least 400% more hair than usual. I know it's not blonde. But that is me. That is me on holiday in Iceland when I was 15. And while you're all laughing at how ridiculous I look, there is a serious issue behind that unflattering curtain of hair, and not just that it's freaking terrible. I've always been pretty boyish, and when I started high school, I had a really short bob haircut at the time, and I got absolutely ripped the shit out of for it. Like, I get that you shouldn't care what people think of you, and I certainly do not have a problem with that now, for an insecure 11-year-old with no friends who dreaded going to school every single day because of the torment, I caved in and decided to grow my hair out so that the bullies would stop picking on me. So for 4 years I grew my hair until it was just a bit longer than what you see in this picture here, and at the end of it, my plan worked. They stopped picking on my hair. I mean, I got bullied anyway for pretty much every other reason on the planet, but hey, they stopped picking on my hair, and that's the main reason I've done it in the first place, so mission successful, right? Right. Until I looked in the mirror at the end of it all and thought, you know what? This fucking sucks. I hated having long hair. I wanted to be a goth boy and I'd let the bullies ruin it for me. So I went to the hairdressers and had it all chopped off again, but this time I didn't give a shit what the bullies said. Real life struggle from the teenage years of a Burnley high schooler. Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Yeah, a tear of laughter. Let's move on. So I never took selfies or anything and was pretty camera shy until about 2006 when I was 16, when I actually started paying attention to what I looked like in photos and then became a Myspace attention whore like every other kid in 2006, am I right? This photo I distinctly remember being one of the first ones I took notice of. Ha! So cringy. This is obviously during the stage where I still haven't chopped my hair off yet. Also, it makes me laugh that this was taken on what was supposed to be a family day out, and there I am ignoring everyone and listening to music. Some things never change. Okay, here's one post-haircut. This is me staring moodily at the top of some old ruins near where I used to live and trying way too hard to look like Villa Vallo, judging by that beanie hat. This is one of my favourite old pictures of me. Look at all those bracelets. I actually look pretty photogenic in that one, considering it was taken in the height of my super goth years. This was on holiday in Finland, and it's kind of a benchmark for me actually, because from that point on for a long while, my mum took way less pictures of me on holidays, and I'm pretty sure it's because I became so physically male that I just didn't seem like the same person for a while. Like, look at this. That's not really a girl, is it? I don't blame her. Okay, this next photo is really blurry and terrible, but it'll always be special to me because it was taken at a time when I was really happy with the group of friends that I had. This was clumsily taken during the music festival Give It a Name in 2006, and we were all so happy that day. We'd seen a whole bunch of bands we loved and got some of their autographs. It was just one of those days where everything felt awesome. And it's kind of poignant for me because most of these people I barely have contact with now, but also there's someone in this picture that isn't alive anymore, so big feels for me. Okay, now we're getting back to the Myspace attention whore again. Here is me in my old bedroom just before I started college, and the light's not the best, but I actually have purple hair in this picture, and it was the first one taken after I started dyeing my hair, which has been a huge part of my life from then on. Oh, dude. Take a not looking at the camera selfie in black and white and you will get all the boys. It's not even cliche at all. Okay, now we're getting into musical territory. This was taken during an outdoor bandstand gig I played with my old college band of Monkey Tennis. It's just hit me again. I was in a band called Monkey Tennis. But yeah, this was about the third gig that we played, and while I've been in a couple of bands before that, this was my first taste of gigging consistently with a band. I was 17, by the way. More Monkey Tennis shots. I really need to stop changing my image to emulate musicians that I like. Anyone familiar with Caleb Followill from Kings of Leon? Remember when in 2005 he looked like this? Seeing any correlation there? Let's move along. Anyone wonder what 18-year-old me might look like after a foam party? Ha! Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about that. We had some crazy parties. You guys have already seen this next picture, but since it's quite important and pretty funny at the same time, I thought I'd throw it in again. This is me meeting Paul Smith from Maximo Park for the first time. Met him again since. Didn't pull a horrific cheesy grin like that the second time. Now we're getting to the point where I started to realise that I actually was a girl and there wasn't much I could do to change that, so I started to embrace it and slowly began the gradual process of dressing and looking more feminine. And that is not bad for a first attempt. This was taken on the same steps in Finland as this picture, so you can really see the transformation already. Oh look, I suddenly have bright red hair! Yeah, after I turned 16, I never really stayed one hair colour for very long. And here I am again, proving that very fact with orange hair a year later. This next picture is very special to me because while I didn't have huge ambitions for my 21st birthday, my mum pulled out all the stops and hired a musician that I loved to perform at my own private party. I'm putting a link in the description to a girl called Alessi Laurent Mark who goes by her artist name Alessi's Arc, and she is incredible, so please check her out. And here I am singing with her on my favourite of her songs. I'm still so happy that that actually happened. She's not a massive rock star, but she's always special to me. Moving into more candid territory, this is one of the pictures I found myself tagged in on Facebook. At the end of university, we went for one last night out to celebrate everything we'd done and the end of our degrees, and I totally forgot someone had been taking pictures all night. Most of them are pretty sloppy because drunkenness did happen, but there are a couple that are suitable for the internet. I have no idea what song was playing when this was taken, but it was obviously a fucking good one because I'm having an unphotogenic whale of a time. This next one almost encapsulates student nightlife in one shot. We were walking down the street between bars, drunkenly deciding where to go next, and someone turned and snapped a picture and tagged everyone in it and gave it the rather appropriate title, Absolute Filth, which is totally applicable. Ollie looks like James Bond, Dan's super attractive, Katie's eyes are rolling, Ben's trolling in the background, and I'm just there with way too much thigh on show. Absolute filth. University for the win. And then we graduated and I got to dress in red and black robes like a Gryffindor. I can't lie and tell you guys that I didn't pretend to be in Hogwarts while I was wearing that. These pictures you may be familiar with from when I did a professional photo shoot in 2013. Folksy Shirley, vintage Shirley, and something that I'm gonna call Rocky Shirley, not Miley Cyrus Shirley like my friend said. This makes me laugh because it was a genuine accidental selfie. I'd been filming a video and I did a shot where I pretended to put my hand on the viewer's shoulder and said something, and then I smiled at the end of it and then looked at the camera screen to see if it was in focus okay. And thus the accidental selfie was born. It genuinely looks like a posery selfie, but it really wasn't. Honest. Yep, ate some green candy. Got a green tongue. Thought Facebook needed to know about it. This is kind of cool because although I've had a solo musical project for about 6 years now, I hadn't actually gigged as a solo artist until about 2012, so this is a picture from one of the first ever solo gigs I ever played. Now we're catching up to the present. This was taken for the official MCM press website when me and my band were at a convention. Our group Vocaloid Cosplay went down a storm. Let's use our GS 1.0 band names here. So this is Trey cosplaying as Kaito, Kat as Rin, me as Miku, Steppo as Len, and then Trey's brother John as Toby from Naruto. This is me midway through getting tattooed by the amazing Nico who did my Japanese cherry blossom tattoo. Oh, more cosplay. This is me as Gaara from the Naruto anime at the last convention we went to. Not bad for a first try. And that pretty much brings us up to the present moment. I hope you enjoyed our little journey through time and space and laughed as much as I cringed. Nah, it's fun to have a giggle at your own expense when it comes to old photos, especially if you masquerade like a goth boy and take awkward black and white selfies for Myspace. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.